Hey everybody, happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen, but ladies too. I have unexpected live video today in my workout outfit, and well, I can kind of tell I've been working out. Hey Lawrence, everybody, good evening. Today we have an interesting topic. And today's topic is Ukrainian woman will test you. She will test you. Hey, Lance Taylor. Yes, outside, some outside workout today. Thanks, guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, how would she test you? And how should you be prepared? So, with my videos, I try to give you a little insight of what's important in our Ukrainian, somewhat traditional culture. And I think you could probably relate that even if you date a Western woman that is traditional, feminine, and classic, right? Because the major differences between Western and Eastern European women is that we embrace being feminine and we do not compete with the man. We want man to compete with himself and being of service to us. So that's we don't have the masculine desire to dominate over the man, but yet we have our definition of or we have our identity. It's not like we don't have a personality. We definitely have an identity and we know what we want in life. But one thing that once again we do not do is we're not trying to compete. We're not trying to come out as a stronger or leading or overpowering um, person in a relationship. We leave this to men. So, guys, welcome everybody. Good to see you all. Unexpected live video, and we have a full room of people. That is nice. Happy Sunday. So, how Ukrainian women will test you? Do you? I'm gonna look at the chat, see who's in the chat. Oh my gosh. Or thank you, James, Lawrence, Bill, John. Good to see you. Bill, Brian Snyder, Lance. Hello. Nice. How did I feel today? I just want to do an unexpected live. I don't even know. Okay. I see you all, guys. So you are welcome to put your ideas or maybe your experiences of what how you have been tested. And I just want to tell you that the testing that Ukrainian Slavic feminine women would do, they are natural tests. It's not going to be that she will set up some traps. I mean, if she's a good person, she's not going to be setting up the traps for you or trying to the second guys, trying to somehow do something unnatural. Those are just tests that come in life. Number one thing is she's going to see how you handle a stressful situation. That is true and number one thing. How do you handle, a stressful situation? How do you handle when something does not go as planned? How do you handle traffic? How do you handle when maybe you are late or something is heating up, some kind of level of stress? Are you handle it like a girl in terms of you running around and are you handling it? Are you handling it calm and connected with your manpower? You focus at one thing at a time and just get it done. Or my least favorite thing what men sometimes do is they start cursing at every little thing. For example, there is traffic or there is somebody doing something wrong, and this is how we really see your power. And for us, for feminine women, your power is um is a crucial thing. How you handle stress, how you handle, this unexpected situations. So please, guys, uh try to handle things and learn better than start this excessive cursing and just because it just shows us that we would be better off doing this ourselves. And this is what nobody wants. You don't want your lady become a man, and you don't want to you don't want her leaving you behind next time she goes to this busy part of a town, for example, where it's always trafficking, because she doesn't want to hear you cursing. I have to confess, I've done this a number of times in my life, when as much as I wanted to be give the lead to somebody else, but if I know if this person gonna make it a big deal, an issue, a problem, and gonna be cursing and yelling in my ear, that is have this like negative having that negative uh impact, I'd rather do it myself. And this is where the problem is, because if your woman feel like she would rather do it yourself, immediately it's not a good situation. You can the purpose of being a good team. So I'm just sharing with you, and also seeing you in negative moments, seeing you cursing and being angry for little things. There is a big difference when you become angry and you curse, when you need to protect your woman, when you need to fight, when, God forbid, there is some life threatening situation and you have to, defend. That is different. But if you freak out about little things, this is where she's going to think, I don't know about this, um, your patience, your strength um, is much appreciated, and we can always work on becoming better. My test for anger is always this. Well, first of all, about the traffic, I actually do not mind traffic at all. I can think about something. I can listen to a tape. Maybe I'm learning something, studying something, or audiobook, or I can just people watch, or I can talk to the person I love next to me. So I don't freak out because of traffic. So if somebody else does it, it's really very repelling. And this is just an example, that could be anything. Guys, I know you do not like when ladies excessively curse or curse often. We are okay if you do it sometimes, but if your entire language is consists of that and you're often in a bad mood, um, it just subconsciously sends the signal of your weakness. And we are not looking for a person who is weaker than us. That may be the difference, because once again, we're not competing with you. So we are not looking for a dude that is, that is weaker than we are. We're really not. So that is just one of these things. Second thing. So before actually I go to the second thing, that could be anything at all. When you can handle, when you can cool down and handle things, that just gives you so many points. And also, it's just a great survival mechanism. When sometimes we tend to stress, well, tense up when it's stressed. If you could relax just a little bit when it's stressful, if you can just like relax and just take one problem at a time, you really going to feel like a leader, and you're going to be a leader. So that is one of the main tests. How do you um, how do you behave and react in a stressful situation? So yes, Lance, definitely, woman is looking for a leader in a stressful situation. Once again, if I know as a woman you're gonna make it worse, you're staying home. You're not going anywhere because honestly, I'm gonna be embarrassed. In my family, we had sometimes some issues, back in time, and I remember sometimes not telling anything to some of my relatives because I knew what a mess they're gonna make. So, and in my personal relationships as well. And this is not a good thing, guys. Um, if your woman is trusting you, if she sees a leader in you, but yet she prefers to just not tell you things and handle them herself, she basically taking on the masculine role. So after some time, her level of attraction, her level of needing you and connecting to you is gonna drop. I just want you to understand how important it is. She might as well be on her own if she can't tell you about stressful situation and she knows you can't handle it. She might as well do her own thing and be free, right? So that's one. Now, second one, finally. So, second one is basically how you treat other people, and it's not how you treat, people when you are, let's say, in a professional settings when you have certain rules you just absolutely have to follow. It's more subtle things. When you are at the restaurant, how do you treat that waitress? Are you looking down on people who are lower in status than you? Are you judgmental and critical of others? How do you treat people that you need nothing from? Maybe it's a person that cleans the bathroom, or it's once again, you're somewhere at the service. How do you treat these people that, we, by the way, never know. Sometimes the person that works in a service is studying somewhere, is having another business. Sometimes it's a person that have a ton of money in the bank, but they just don't want to be home. They want to be of use. Sometimes it is a person that, this is what they do right now for living, and maybe that's what they always will do. But this is really not any of our business to judge and recognize people as a human being and make them feel better after talking to you, saying hello to the cashier, being nice at the gas station, being nice at the restaurant, appreciating the people um, serve you well, and doing good things for you. Ukrainian women always, always notice how you treat other people, and once again, um, those people that not your boss. You obviously treat your boss well, or whoever who is more powerful than you in some ways at the job. Or if you are a salesman, it's obviously you're gonna be nice to people who, making living and put food on your table. But this is how you treat others. Which leads me to another number three is empathy towards others, including your lady. Your level of being empathetic. I know men are really good at problem solving. I think that is one of the most attractive and wonderful things that men can do really well. It's problem solve. Just see the clear, issue, seeing the problem, harm, solution. That guys, you most of men are really good at that. But sometimes we don't need a solution. I mean, maybe we need a solution, but we first of all we have something that's going on, and we want your empathy. It's really crucial, and just because you can solve this, it doesn't mean that that's the first thing we want you to do. The first thing we want you to connect with us and acknowledge our feelings, and just give us a hug, a kiss, whatever is appropriate at the moment, but just show that support. I know some men think it's not manly, or something like that, but um, it's actually truly important, and It's one of those crucial things where I think, misunderstanding are happening, because men feel, as far as I understand, often that, okay, she has a problem, she's crying, I have to go and kill that dog that was barking at her, or I have to go and punch that guy that was rude to her, or whatever it is. But sometimes you just wanted, knowing you're there, and you understand how she feels. Basically, you just have to acknowledge or in some ways validate your feelings and just kind of tell you that you understand. A lot of times when we open up and somebody, when we open up to somebody and we really want to tell them what's bothering us, um, and you just give this dry solution, or you said, hey, I cannot talk right now, or I'll talk to you later. When you dismiss the person, we all have this moment when we are ready to open up and share, and just being able to be present. If you are not able to do that, if maybe you're working on something, maybe you are in a conversation, some business stuff going on. If you can just tell that, hey, let's talk about this. I really wanted to hear about it. Let's talk about this at the lunchtime. So it's impossible to be juggling other things and try to empathize or even listen to somebody. You can hear, but you will never listen. You cannot listen and cook and clean and text to somebody else and watch a YouTube video. You cannot do that. So if you are busy, you can just say, hey, you want to talk about this, we're going to talk about that separately. And if you can just give that focus of attention, and focus on a person, um, with empathy, you can come up with a solution. But number one step is just to embrace whatever happened. Maybe in some ways you can relate to this as well. I know that men often judge if they get emotional, but that is another topic. So thank you guys. I'm glad it makes sense. So these are some of the things that Ukrainian women will test you on. They will also test you on if they are getting in a difficult situation. Maybe they need um, your help with something. Usually, life will throw that situation. And once again, I'm not talking about fake situations when somebody is faking that, oh, I need your help, or somebody is making things up. Um, I'm talking about real. Maybe there is a problem in in uh, in a household, in school, somewhere. They need your help. Maybe it's somewhat financial, but it depends on how deep in the relationship you are, how well you know the person, and those things, those tests, life will bring them. You don't need to make fake ones. I don't believe in fake testing somebody, but just so you know, I talk about this in my previous videos a lot. Generosity, including the material generosity, is important. It doesn't mean I'm not recommending anybody to get used or to get taken advantage of, but I'm just talking about if you come to Ukrainian person house and you guys know who traveled to Ukraine, that person is going to take everything out of their fridge and try to make you a meal. That's how we roll. It's not about the food. It's about whatever I have, I'm going to give it to you. Russian, Ukrainian person will never tell you this is their last food. They'll never ever tell you the truth because, I've been through that, when I was a student, and we would always do the best for our friends. Maybe it's a little bit exaggerated, and now in this world of everybody being individual person, you know generosity, people kind of get very surprised when you're generous. But Ukrainian women definitely want to be with a man who is generous. If, for example, I'll say a simple example. Maybe her tires, somebody slashed her tires. If you just will tell her, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me know when you've solved it." If you do something like that, this is done. And I'm not talking, I'm just giving this example. Let's not to talk about insurance and car service. If that happens to your lady, uh, she is expecting of you to come and rescue her and fix your car. And I can really see how, everybody gonna say, "Oh my God," just these comments always make me laugh. How they always trying to make Ukrainian women very materialistic. But I think that when you can step up as a man, it's good for you. If you don't have enough money to replace the woman you love tire, you need a job. You do need a job. You need to do something. I'm not uh, saying that you must do it, but I hope that you want to do it. That you are the kind of man that wants to take care of a woman. That it's because if you do it out of the need, it's not going to be great. Like, I don't know if that's going to be a good example, but in some ways it is a good example. If you know that the woman you love will only have sex with you or make love to you because she feels like she needs to do it. She's like, "Oh, it's Tuesday. I promised him. Okay, I guess I'm going to do this." So, I mean, how excited you're going to be, waiting for the romantic evening when she dreads it and she will only do this because, well, I guess I have to. Or when things just happen naturally, when feelings are there, things are taking a natural course. Same thing with protection and rescue. So number 4 really important thing is to be able to rescue her when she's scared, when she doesn't know what's happening, when she needs your hand, she needs, I don't know, your arm, your hand, your shoulder. you know um if she is somewhere where you can physically reach her, as how fast you will show up, and if you just, without even asking her, solve the problem. Let's say, with the car. I remember, my first driving experiences in the United States. Talking about cursing. I remember just driving in the woods and cursing all the words I know in Russian, Ukrainian, and all the other languages because I could not understand where anything is. And it was getting dark, and I'm a new driver. And it was before the GPS that is installed in a vehicle. And I remember almost crying in my car that I hate this effing village in the middle of nowhere. Geography ends here. And then, I would just say all the curse words I ever heard, but nobody else was in the car. But I remember that stress and fear that came. It's not normal. I was just stressful and fearful, and I just wanted somebody to rescue me. Um, so if you can be that person, that is, knows what he's doing and can disregard all the emotion and all the cry and just show up there and say, "Hey, here we are." But in my situation, my phone also died. Yes. So I was lost one time in the woods. It's so hilarious because it's only 5 miles to 10 miles from the house. And it is nice to know that actually who helped me that time, it was a cop. It was a cop's car, and I put the blinking signal, the how you call this, the emergency signal, and they just helped me out and show me the way, because once again I could not call. So let us be those who sometimes freak out and cry, but when you can be like that um mountain, that's a stable ground, that is a good thing. And I believe, just the last thing I'm going to say, I believe that most men are naturally wired to be providers, protectors, and leaders. And once again, Ukrainian women are not competing with you on that. We don't need to carry those heavy bags, but we also want to see you as a hero. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I'm gonna see stuff that you wrote me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh my gosh, so many messages. I try to not look when I talk at the messages because it's just too much. Hey John, okay, need this now. Good topic. Good evening, everybody. George, hello. Larry, hello. Well, thank you for the compliment. Thank you. I won't read them, but I appreciate them. Thank you so much. Okay. Lawrence is asking about when she disappears from relationship for a couple of days. Everybody has the right to disappear for a couple of days. The worst thing you have to do, you can do, is bombarding them with messages. We have to remember about personal space, and that is, it could be a test too. Um, as long as it's not something when somebody's on the road and there is a storm going on and they disappear. You always want to check, but if somebody just want to take a couple days, let them do that, because one of the worst thing you can do is being that annoying guy that keeps texting. And I don't know. James, uh hey James, I don't know that echo. I have a different headset, and I know it's not the best, but people are still here. So we're gonna deal with that till I get something better one. It should come in mail this week. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so John is saying Veronica very true on the first two tests. Those tests she often compliments on. Empathy I can always work on. She's quiet though, testing more on mind reading, just knowing her mind hard. Yeah, I know. If I would be making videos for Ukrainian women, I would tell them that men are not mind readers. And especially it's hard to read woman's mind when she's from another culture. It's very hard. It's just, so I feel you, John, and I'm sorry. I'm considering sometime maybe make some videos in Russian or Ukrainian for Ukrainian women, but I just don't know if that's something I want to do. But sometimes I feel that it could be useful. I'm gonna link a channel underneath. There is one fabulous blogger. Um, there is a fabulous blogger. She actually lives in Oklahoma. She's a wonderful lady. Her name is Galina Smith. She has videos in Russian for all the post-USSR women who wants to come here, and she has a fabulous advice on how to, not play mind games and explain things. Because, guys, in our culture, sometimes unless you cry, unless you make drama, unless you like threaten your men, you get nothing. Like, you get no attention. So that is happens sometimes. So Galina Smith's videos are wonderful, and she's she's very positive, and she loves the United States. She's a lot less. I mean, she's a lot nicer than I am. She's a wonderful lady. She really is. She is. Oh, great! Your lady, John's lady, is watching you. Yes, Galina Smith's channel is. I would recommend every lady who's preparing to come here or in a relationship. You can also send her a letter. Um, she is absolutely phenomenal woman, and she's the kind of woman you want to marry. In terms of, she is lady that will multiply. She's the kind of the woman that whatever you have, just by doing things for her and providing things for her, whatever you have is going to multiply. Her husband became very wealthy after marrying her. That's the woman's love, guys, for you. That's the power of love. And she's um, more mature. I think she's almost 60 years old, but she's incredible. She's a Miss Positive. Well, John, I don't expect you to understand this channel is not for you. It's for your lady. James, okay, you can send me that link, because I have not been very lucky with my mics. I don't know. It's like a black circle. Well, I have English channel, John, for you. Galina has a different specific. So that's why I don't think I will be really making videos for Russian or Ukrainian women. I don't know why. I don't know, because I feel there is so many already. There is so many Russian bloggers that tell about life in US, and there are quite a few really wonderful ones, but there are not very many who tell about Russian and Ukrainian women, Slavic women, to American men to explain. So I feel like that is my thing. Okay, just a minute, guys. Okay, I actually have a lady either from Russia or Ukraine, Natalia Tessa. She's saying in Russian. Thank you so much, Natalia. Спасибо большое. Natalia is saying thank you so much for teaching men. And she's mentioning that Galina Smith is a wonderful blogger and teacher. She's teaching our ladies how to be smoother, because we can be very rough. And Natalia is from Odessa, from Ukraine. Are you here in US, or are you still in Ukraine? So once again, we grew up in a different way. We can be very direct sometimes, and I have 600 videos talking about that. John is saying the culture difference make it very hard. I would have her watch if you made some for ladies. She watched someone else now. Yeah. We'll see how things are gonna go. But once again, there is a number of excellent bloggers who are Russian speakers and make Russian videos about life in US, about relationships, and there are so many. So, but there are not so many that are talking to you guys. So this is where I come, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing. As you see, it is Sunday night. I really do love what I do, and I want to thank you guys for your support and your attention and impact. Lawrence is saying Ukrainian women desire resourceful men. Correct. That is correct, and I think all women in the world desire resourceful men. You know, resourceful, it means a lot of things. This is not just material things. I mean, the material things are always there and they are very important, but resourceful also connects with um, emotional world, mental world. When I'm tired, this is my least favorite condition because I feel I cannot be resourceful. I cannot give. When somebody is exhausted, tired of something, this is where they're unresourceful. So absolutely, we have to find a ways to recharge ourselves so we can be good to others and bring good things. When you are depleted, when you are exhausted, when you just out of a bad relationship, you got to give yourself some time to gain that resourcefulness. Lawrence, that is true. I think every Russian and Ukrainian woman um, wants to have that feeling of protection. That's one of the reasons she actually wants you. It's not even, it's not the um the finance, and that is one part, but feeling protected and secure, that's really important part of relationship. Yeah. Yeah, all of the above, Lawrence. All right. So Lawrence is saying um emotional family fixing things, finance protection. Yes, that's all together. I know it's a lot, but guys, Russian and Ukrainian women bring amazing things to the table. The you know we will make it another video about that, okay? Because it's already getting a bit long. I have so many questions, and I needed to take some time away from the um, internet. So the email is going to be answered. I answered some, but um, the best way to answer to write the question, you can write it under the video. You can send me an email to consultveronica@gmail.com. And also you can become, if you are a patron member, you can request any video or any question. So if the man is not emotional, will the woman do even more things to test him? I don't know. I was trying to explain you guys that these things, that the way women test you is basically the way life is testing you, because um, those are natural things. If somebody is testing you on purpose, that's in other video. Usually the life brings things, right? Brings those obstacles or challenges. I have a video. What is the difference between Russian and Ukrainian women? So you can just search for it. You communicate what it means to be a mature man and earn the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, the Ukrainian goddess. Well, Ukrainian women are definitely on top. And by Ukrainian, I mean, all Slavic women. Yes, you can check out, yes, I do have a video on differences, so you can check that out. And that is just my opinion. And yes, men test women as well. Yes, it's true. And I think nothing wrong with that. You gotta get to know each other before it's too late. Before you end up with 3 children and you're like, oh, because you never got time to get to know the person. So, all right, guys, it was nice to connect with you. It's always uh, good to have an interaction. It's getting really dark. Michigan is an amazing state. Like, we have every hour we have a different uh, season. We have spring, we have winter, we have summer. It's all in one day within a couple of hours. So never a dull moment. All right, I see some questions popping out. I'll consider answering them next time, guys, because I got to go. Thank you so much for being with me. And